You pick up a bottle labeled full synthetic, and you're paying $35 for 5 quarts. But nowhere on that bottle does it tell you whether you're getting Group 3 refined petroleum or Group 4 lab-synthesized PAO that costs 3 times as much to produce. Oil companies deliberately hide the base stock group classification from consumers, because if you knew you were paying synthetic prices for hydrocracked crude oil, you'd walk straight to the competitor selling actual PAO at the same price. Today, I'm exposing the base oil classification system that oil companies don't want you to understand, why they're legally allowed to hide this information, and exactly which brands are ripping you off with Group 3 marketed as premium synthetic. Let's tear this apart. Here's what oil companies don't want printed on their bottles. The American Petroleum Institute classifies base oils into 5 groups based on their refining process and chemical properties. Group 1 is the most basic. Solvent-refined conventional mineral oil with high sulfur content and poor oxidation stability. This is the cheap stuff used in bulk industrial applications and bottom-tier motor oils. Almost nobody sells Group 1 for passenger car engines anymore because it's inadequate for modern specifications. Group 2 is refined conventional mineral oil with lower sulfur and better oxidation stability than Group 1. It's processed through hydrocracking to remove impurities. This is what you get in standard conventional motor oils. The $15 jug of Valvoline or Pennzoil conventional. It works fine for older engines with frequent oil changes, but it breaks down faster than synthetic under heat and stress. Group 3 is where the deception starts. Group 3 is conventional crude oil that's been subjected to severe hydrocracking and processing to improve its properties. The refining process is so intense that the resulting base oil performs significantly better than Group 2. Better oxidation resistance, higher viscosity index, better cold flow. But chemically, it's still refined petroleum, not lab-synthesized molecules. In 1999, Mobil sued Castrol, claiming Castrol couldn't call their Group 3-based oil synthetic because it was refined petroleum, not synthesized molecules. Castrol won the lawsuit. The court ruled that Group 3 processing changes the oil's properties enough that it can be marketed as synthetic even though it's derived from crude oil. That court ruling opened the floodgates. Every oil company realized they could formulate with cheap Group 3 base stock, call it full synthetic, charge synthetic prices, and make massive profit margins. Group 4 is polyalpha olefin, PAO. This is true synthetic oil created by synthesizing small molecules like ethylene into uniform base oil through chemical engineering. PAO has superior properties to Group 3. Better oxidation resistance, more stable viscosity across temperature extremes, lower volatility, consistent molecular structure. PAO costs significantly more to produce than Group 3, which is why genuine PAO-based oils are expensive. Group 5 is everything that doesn't fit into Groups 1 through 4, esters, polyalkylene glycols, and other specialty synthetics. Esters are the most relevant for motor oils. They're synthesized by reacting organic acids with alcohols, and they have unique properties including molecular polarity that makes them cling to metal surfaces. Now here's why oil companies never explain this on their labels. If Castrol Edge printed contains Group 3 base stock on the bottle, and Mobil 1 printed contains Group 4 PAO base stock on their bottle sitting next to it on the shelf, consumers would immediately understand that Mobil 1 uses superior chemistry. Castrol's sales would tank because people would realize they're paying $30 for refined petroleum when they could pay $35 for genuine PAO. The profit margins on Group 3-based synthetics are enormous. Group 3 base stock costs maybe $3 to $4 per gallon to produce. Group 4 PAO costs $8 to $12 per gallon, but both get sold to consumers at similar prices, $25 to $35 for 5 quarts, because they're both labeled full synthetic, and consumers can't tell the difference from the label. So oil companies deliberately omit base stock information from bottles. They use vague marketing language like advanced synthetic formula or full synthetic technology without specifying whether it's Group 3, Group 4, or a blend. They rely on consumer ignorance of the classification system to sell Group 3 at Group 4 prices. Here's how to identify which oils use which base stocks, even though it's not on the label. If the oil is priced under $25 for 5 quarts and labeled full synthetic, it's almost certainly Group 3. Valvoline Advanced, Castrol Edge, Quaker State Ultimate Durability, Walmart SuperTech, Amazon Basics, all Group 3. The price point gives it away. These oils work adequately, but they're not premium chemistry despite the synthetic label. If the oil costs $40 to $60 for 5 quarts and the brand explicitly markets PAO or ester content, it's likely Group 4 or a Group 4/5 blend. AM Soil. Signature Series advertises Group 4 PAO base stocks prominently. That's genuine transparency. Redline emphasizes PAO and ester content. Motul markets their synthetic lines as PAO-based. These brands cost more because the base stock actually costs more to produce. Mobil 1 is complicated. Mobil 1 used to be 100% Group IV PAO when it launched in 1974. Over the years, ExxonMobil reformulated some Mobil 1 products to blend Group III with PAO to reduce costs while maintaining performance. Mobil 1 Extended Performance and Annual Protection still contains significant PAO content, but standard Mobil 1 likely blends Group III and PAO. Mobil 1 doesn't disclose exact percentages, which is frustrating but legal. Pennzoil Ultra Platinum is unique. It uses gas-to-liquid base stock technology, synthesized from natural gas rather than refined from crude oil. GTL is technically classified as Group III Plus because of how it's produced, but its performance characteristics rival Group IV PAO in many metrics. Pennzoil's Pure Plus base stock is legitimately advanced chemistry, not typical hydrocracked Group III. Here's what actually matters for your engine. The performance difference between Group III and Group IV shows up most clearly under extreme conditions: extended drain intervals, high temperatures, severe service, turbocharged engines. Group IV PAO resists oxidation better, maintains viscosity more consistently, and handles heat stress more effectively than Group III. For normal driving with 5,000-mile oil changes in moderate conditions, quality Group III synthetic works perfectly fine. Your engine will be adequately protected and last 200,000 miles. The performance gap between Group III and Group IV is incremental in this scenario. Paying double for PAO doesn't deliver proportional benefits. For extended intervals, 7,500 to 10,000 miles, Group IV PAO provides real advantages. It resists breakdown longer, maintains additive effectiveness better, and shows lower wear metals in oil analysis at extended mileage. If you're pushing intervals, the PAO premium is justified. For severe service towing, extreme heat, turbocharged engines, and track use, Group IV PAO or Group IV/5 blends with esters deliver superior protection. The base stock chemistry handles stress that would degrade Group III more quickly. For maximum longevity, keeping your vehicle 200,000 plus miles, the cumulative benefit of better base stock chemistry reduces wear incrementally over hundreds of oil changes. That adds up to measurably less bearing and cylinder wall wear over the engine's lifetime. Now let's talk about why this lack of transparency is a problem beyond just pricing. Consumers can't make informed decisions when critical information is hidden. If you're choosing between two oils at the same price and one uses Group III while the other uses Group IV PAO, you should know that so you can buy the better chemistry. But oil companies hide this information specifically to prevent informed comparison. The full synthetic label has become meaningless because it includes everything from basic Group III to premium PAO to exotic esters. The term doesn't distinguish quality levels anymore. It's like if every restaurant from McDonald's to a Michelin 3-star could call themselves fine dining, and you had no way to tell the difference from the sign. Some manufacturers do provide transparency if you dig deep enough. AmSoil publishes technical data sheets that explicitly state Group IV PAO base stocks. Their website and marketing materials emphasize PAO because it's a genuine differentiator. Redline and Motul similarly market their PAO and ester content because it justifies their premium pricing. But mass-market brands like Castrol, Valvoline, and Quaker State deliberately obscure base stock type. Their technical data sheets are vague. Their marketing emphasizes proprietary additive technology, fluid titanium, max life, ultimate durability, without mentioning that the base oil is Group III refined petroleum. Here's what should change, but probably won't. Oil bottles should be required to disclose base stock group on the label. Just like food labels list ingredients, motor oil labels should state Group III base stock or Group IV PAO base stock. This would enable informed consumer choice and force brands to compete on actual chemistry rather than marketing spin. But the oil industry will fight this tooth and nail because transparency would destroy the profit margins on Group III marketed as premium synthetic. As long as they can legally hide base stock information, they'll continue doing so. So what do you do as a consumer? First, understand that full synthetic doesn't mean premium chemistry. It means the oil meets minimum legal standards to use that term, which includes Group III refined petroleum. Don't pay premium prices assuming you're getting premium base stock, unless the brand explicitly states PAO or ester content. Second, if you want genuine Group IV PAO, buy from brands that transparently market it. Amsoil, Redline, Motul, Mobil 1 premium lines, or European brands like Liqui Moly that specify PAO in their formulations. You'll pay more, but you're getting actual synthetic chemistry, not refined petroleum. Third, match your oil choice to your driving conditions. If you're changing every 5,000 miles in normal service, Group 3 synthetics like Castrol Edge or Pennzoil Ultra Platinum work fine and cost less. If you're extending intervals or running severe service, spend the money on genuine PAO. Fourth, demand transparency. When you talk to parts counter staff or mechanics, ask what base stock group the oil uses. Push back when they can't answer. The more consumers demand this information, the more pressure there is for change. Fifth, use oil analysis to verify performance. Blackstone Labs will analyze your used oil and tell you how it's holding up. If you're running Group 3 to 7,500 miles and the analysis shows high oxidation and depleted additives, switch to Group IV PAO. Let data guide your decision. Here's the bottom line. Oil companies hide base stock group classification because transparency would expose that most full synthetic oils are Group 3 refined petroleum, not Group 4 PAO lab-synthesized molecules. Group 3 performs adequately, but costs much less to produce than PAO, creating massive profit margins when sold at synthetic prices. The 1999 court ruling allows Group 3 to be marketed as synthetic, enabling this profitable deception. Brands using genuine PAO, Amsoil, Redline, Motul, market it explicitly because it justifies premium pricing. Mass-market brands like Castrol, Valvoline, and Quaker State hide base stock type to maintain profit margins. Consumers should demand transparency and choose oils based on actual chemistry and driving conditions, not marketing labels. What oil are you running, and did you know what base stock group it uses? Drop your brand and whether it's Group 3 or 4 in the comments. And if this just exposed why oil labels hide the most important information, hit that like button. Next week, I'm sending Group 3 and Group 4 oils to a lab for side-by-side analysis after identical service to prove whether the chemistry difference shows up in actual wear protection. If you're not subscribed, hit that button now, drop a comment. I respond to everyone. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.